Hi, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Elizabeth.
Welcome to What We Thought.
Today we're going to attempt to, well, spring is almost here, so we're going to attempt to start working in the backyard. And we are thinking about building like a privacy screen to give us more privacy in the back. And we're going to see what we can come up with.
Right. So about almost 2 years ago, we had this fence put in, but at ground level right here, the fence goes below the ground level. And so instead of when we had the fence put in, instead of putting the fence at ground level and then backfilling that, it slopes right there at the fence. They didn't do that. So now the 6-foot fence is more like a 5-foot fence, and you can clearly see over to the neighbors' yards. The neighbors can see clearly over into our yard. And not that that's a big deal, but you know, we have our gazebo that we put up, our pergola that we put up, and we want to eat dinner out there, and we just want a little more privacy. So what we're going to do today is show you how to build a little bit of a privacy fence on a budget.
Yes.
Okay, let me show you what we got going. What we're thinking is you can get this this 6-inch fencing, cedar fencing, and 3 of those will make almost 1.5 feet, and we've got a couple of 2x4s here. And what we're going to end up doing, because 8 feet is too tall for this fence over here, we're going to cut off 17 inches there. We will bolt or screw these on the ends, and then the 2 pieces that we cut off will go here in the center to help stabilize this cedar fence so that it doesn't warp on us. Okay, so I think that's going to work, and what that's going to do is bring this fence up another 17 inches, and it should help block, you know, a little bit of the backyard. It's, you know, my neighbors aren't out there all the time, but every now and then, especially if we're out here, you know, grilling and having a gathering and everything, and people back here, it'll help give us some privacy. So first thing we're going to do is cut the 2x4s, and then we will attach these fence posts and show you how they're going to fit on this fence. After recalculating, it wasn't 17 inches we want to cut off here, we want to cut 14 inches off of here. Okay, so we have our first cross board, and we've got it set up just where we want it. It's a couple 3 inches in on either side. We'll just screw it together. Good. Okay, so since the pieces we cut off are 14 inches, we're coming in from the side, and you know, it doesn't fit the whole length, so we're going to put these underneath, drill the holes, and get the other 2 boards installed. Okay, and once we have that panel made, we're over at the fence just trying to figure out exactly where we're going to mount it so that it all fits and looks right. All right, so we had a correction here. Once we started putting them up, and we decided to use one board for one of these boards for 2 fence panels, we only started building them with 1 2x4, 3 of the 6-inch wide fence panels, and that end will be left without a board. We'll have our 2 center pieces, and then when we install them over here like this, so one board will share 2 panels. And see, we build this one with just 1 board, so that the next panel will be go here, and then the 2x4 down on this end. Okay, saves a little material, and it's all going to work out great. Okay, so we showed you how to do how to build the privacy panels. Now here's another way. Building them like this saves about $3 to $4 per section. So this section, this section, this section. Now I'm going to show you a much easier way using a fence panel, so you can either save time or save money. We decided to save time. So we ended up opting to get the full fence panels. They're 8 feet, and every 3 will make one of our panels. So what you want to do is to cut these, there is a gap, so you got to cut on either side of the gap. So you just take a square and you just mark it where it needs to be cut. and then you want to cut that little section out, and you go 3 more, mark it, 3 more, and mark it. Mark, you just want to make the cuts. So you end up with a little wedge coming out of there. All right, pretty easy. The fence panel cut, and that gave us 5 extra panels, and we built some more panels. They're going to go all the way down here and around, and then we still need to put some more down that way. Okay, and now to show you how easy this is. So here's the end of one post, and I do this by myself because Elizabeth's not always here. So the bottoms of these right here can sit on top of your fence to hold it. Okay, kind of like that. And then I just pre-drill a hole. I'm going to be right about there. We'll put it in right here. So now that holds this, and this down here is held by sitting on top of the fence. You just line up your 2x4 halfway. Okay, so see, I have a brick underneath that, and that gets me to the right height where I need that 2x4. Get it centered, pre-drill a hole. That quick, that easy. One more panel is up. All right, I'm gonna get this finished so we can wrap up this video. Okay, yeah, so here I am in fast motion, and I'm telling you, for one person, you really can assemble this yourself if you have the panels all pre-cut from a fence panel, or if you build them yourself, same thing. They'll sit on top of the fence and you can assemble them. Okay, and there they go, final ones. And here I am spraying the Pinafin on it using a weed sprayer. The people at the fence place suggested that's how to put your sealer on, and it works great, and then you throw the thing away. All right, we got this little privacy fence extension up on top of the fence, all done, all stained. Look at that. Boy, does it provide some privacy when we are out here on our patio. Okay, so there's the privacy fence back there. You can see how it does block off quite a bit of the background neighborhood. And I wanted to mention that I just used this cheap little weed sprayer to you put the Pinafin in here and pump it up, and was able to spray the fence to seal it. And then it also matches the fence below that was installed, gosh, I think 1.5 years ago now. So
yeah.
Anyway, what do you think of the privacy fencing?
I absolutely love it. It came out phenomenal, and it gives us the privacy that we need and wanted.
Yeah.
And it looks good.
It really does look better. I don't know how good it looks in the video, but
yeah,
in person, this backyard with that extra almost 1.5 feet, I mean, it does give us more privacy. We have had people over since we've had it up, and everybody just loved it because they felt like they were just in our backyard without, you know, other people around us.
Without having to see the neighbors.
Yeah, it really helps out a lot. So anyway, if you are in the need of building a privacy fence, consider doing it this way. We found buying the full 8-foot fence panel, if you have someplace, you know, I don't know, Home Depot sells them, but these are actually cedar. I think Home Depot has pine. But if you just buy those and cut them in sections, it really makes the job go quicker. $4 per section, I don't know. I mean, I think we probably spent maybe $450 total, but this is a lot of fence here. Yeah, it's a pretty big backyard.
Big backyard.
So. All right, well, thank you for checking this out with us, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, and come back and see what else we got.
Have a great weekend. Thank you for watching.